Picture this. It's ancient Rome, and a single pound of a purple flower is worth more than a month's wages for a laborer. People aren't buying it to look at. They're buying it to smell, because for over 2,000 years, humans have been obsessed with one plant's ability to calm the mind, heal the skin, and mask the smell of, well, everything unpleasant about pre-modern life. That plant is lavender, and its story runs through Egyptian tombs, Roman bathhouses, medieval plague doctors, and the bottle of hand soap probably sitting in your bathroom right now. This is the history of lavender. Let's start at the root, literally. Lavender is native to the rocky, sun-baked hills of the Mediterranean, and its name gives away its oldest job. It comes from the Latin word lavar, meaning to wash. The Romans didn't just enjoy the scent, they used lavender to perfume their bathwater, scent their laundry, and freshen the air in public bathhouses where thousands of people bathed together every day. Given the circumstances, you can imagine why a strong, clean, floral scent was in high demand. But lavender's history goes back even further than Rome. Ancient Egyptians used it in the mummification process, packing it alongside other aromatic herbs to preserve bodies for the afterlife. Traces of lavender have actually been found in Egyptian tombs thousands of years old. The Greeks, too, valued it. The physician Dioscorides wrote about its medicinal properties in his famous pharmacological text, De Materia Medica, recommending it for everything from indigestion to sore throats. By the Middle Ages, lavender had taken on an almost mythical reputation. It was strewn across floors in homes and churches to mask odors and repel insects, and it was one of the key ingredients in Thieves Vinegar, a legendary concoction supposedly used by grave robbers during the bubonic plague, who claimed the herbal blend protected them from infection while they looted the bodies of plague victims. Whether or not that story is entirely true, it stuck, and it cemented lavender's reputation as a protective, purifying herb for centuries to come. So why did people believe lavender actually worked? This is where the history bumps into the science. Lavender contains compounds called linalool and linalyl acetate, which are the primary drivers of both its scent and its effects. Modern research has shown these compounds interact with the nervous system in ways that can genuinely reduce anxiety and promote relaxation. Several clinical studies have found lavender essential oil comparable to low-dose anti-anxiety medications for some patients. It also has documented antiseptic and anti-inflammatory properties, which explains why medieval healers were onto something when they used it to dress wounds, treat burns, and ward off infection long before anyone understood what a compound like linalool even was. Now, if you're thinking about growing lavender yourself, and honestly, you should, because it's one of the most rewarding plants for a beginner gardener, you need to understand where it comes from, because that tells you exactly how to care for it. Remember, lavender evolved in the dry, rocky hills of the Mediterranean. That means it thrives in full sun, at least 6 to 8 hours a day, and it absolutely needs well-draining soil. If you plant lavender in heavy clay or soil that holds water, you're going to kill it. Not from lack of care, but from too much of it. That brings us to watering, which is where most people go wrong. Lavender is drought tolerant by nature. Once established, it wants infrequent, deep watering rather than frequent light watering. Overwatering is, by far, the #1 killer of homegrown lavender. It leads to root rot, which this plant, built for arid hillsides, has almost no defense against. A good rule of thumb: let the soil dry out completely between waterings, and in many climates, established lavender plants can survive on rainfall alone. Medicinally, lavender's reputation has only grown stronger with time, rather than faded like so many historical remedies. Today, it's used in aromatherapy for anxiety, stress, and insomnia. You'll find lavender oil recommended by actual sleep researchers, not just wellness blogs. It's used topically for minor burns and skin irritation, a practice that dates back to a 1910 accident involving French chemist René Maurice Gattefossé, who burned his hand in a lab, plunged it into the nearest vat of lavender oil, and reportedly healed with minimal scarring. That single accident is often credited with kickstarting the modern field of aromatherapy. And that brings us to today, where lavender is everywhere. You probably just don't notice it. It's in essential oils and diffusers, obviously, but also in soaps, lotions, and shampoos for its calming scent and skin-soothing properties. It's a key ingredient in sleep sprays and pillow mists. Culinarily, it shows up in herbes de Provence, in lavender shortbread, in the increasingly popular lavender latte. It's even used in commercial cleaning products, laundry detergents, and candles, an unbroken thread back to the Romans perfuming their bathwater 2,000 years ago. The purple fields of Provence, France have become a genuine tourism industry unto themselves, drawing hundreds of thousands of visitors every summer just to walk through the rows of a plant that started as a practical Roman bath additive. So the next time you catch a whiff of lavender in a candle, a hand cream, a cup of tea, you're smelling something that's been part of human history for over 2,000 years, carried from Egyptian tombs to Roman bathhouses to your bathroom shelf. That's the strange, quiet power of this plant. It never really went out of style. If you enjoyed digging into the history behind something this ordinary and this extraordinary, subscribe to The Garden Historian, because every plant in your garden has a story just like this one waiting to be told. See you in the next video.